Hey bearing heads, welcome to another great video from Bearings Express. And I'd just like to add, go the bunnies. It is NRL season at the moment. Feel free to share in the comments below which team you go for and who you think might win this season. So the following video is from Dave. He's 57 with about 65 years experience in the bearing industry. So typically he is our go-to dinosaur resource manual. You'll hear more from him in our newsletters with tips and tricks and frequently asked questions. So today Dave is going to give you some great tips about how to measure your mower belts along with some beer. We get asked this question a lot, especially over lockdown when people couldn't access bearing shops and their mower shops to physically measure their belts. So Dave took some time in order to find ways in order to be able to measure your mower belts accurately. And this trick works every time. Whether you have an A section belt or a B section belt, it works every time. So it's a really interesting tip and I reckon you're going to love it. So without further ado, let's bring on Dave and go the bunnies.
G'day. Well, we've all asked the question, what size is my mower belt? The best way to know is open up your manual and have a look at the number. But we all know the life expectancy of a manual is about 3 weeks. And anyway, I bought this mower second hand, it didn't have a manual. So today we're going to show you how to measure your mower belt using 2 beer cans, a pencil and a tape measure. And if you don't have a friend to hold one of the beer cans or you fancy drinking them both yourself, you're going to need something to clamp one of those beer cans down with. Okay, let's get on with it. If you've got one of these big fancy cans, they're for drinking and going straight into recycle. No good deal. You need a good standard can, and it doesn't matter the height because they're all the same around, and that's the bit we care about. The first thing we're going to want to know, is our belt an A section or a B section? And we use the can for that too. So we grab our can and we grab our belt and we hold the belt just over the ring pull. And if we can see any bit of that ring pull, that's an A section. We grab a B section belt and hold it over the ring pull. You can't see a thing. That's a B section. Okay, so on every can of beer, you're going to find a seam. And that is going to be our first mark. Right there. Good. Now, because the bride doesn't like beer, I'm doing this one myself. So I've clamped my first can down with the seam at my marking. Now I grab my second can, find my seam, pull it nice and tight, and I'll make my second mark. That's simple. We lose that. Put our can to one side. And we get out our tape measure. And we measure from mark to mark. And we come up with 38¼ inches. So we now have to double that. So 38¼ plus 38¼ that'd make it about 76½. And what you have to do is add the measurements of the can, which happens to turn out to be 8½. And what do we end up with? 85. So let's have a look. Blimey. is 85 inches. And that's how you measure your belt. Okay, let's do it again with the B section, just to make sure we got this right. So, we're all clamped in, and we're on our seam. Pull it nice and snug around there. We come on down, find our seam here, pull it nice and tight, and make our mark. Beautiful. Put you guys to one side. Grab our tape measure, hold it there, and we come up with 63 3/4 inches. We double that, 63 and 63, that's 126, 3/4 and 3/4, well that's 1.5, so 127 and a half. And we had our 8.5 inches for our cans, and we should come up with 136. Works every time. Cheers.
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. It'll help our journey in growing our channel as well. Think about subscribing to us as well, and you'll never miss a great tip like this ever again. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've got a great idea on how you measure your mower belt, share your ideas in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. Or if there is a certain topic you'd like us to talk about, we don't mind requests either.